Okay, good afternoon. Happy Memorial Day to everybody. Ah, so today we're gonna do just 1 hour of coding. And before I continue, I may need just to hold my social media just for a bit. I should have that in my clipboard. And for the moment, let's start with some context here. So, just one moment. Oh, there you go. So let's start with this. Let's do this here. Yes. Okay. So let's start. So I barely have 1 hour. So for more context, let's look at at this screen here. I'm not so fan of this kind of music. Let me switch to, I don't know, probably um, let's say lo-fi hip hop. Yeah, I'm the kind of chill guy here. Okay, so I have my Lightroom here. I have a bunch of picture of like I think it's from. No, there is no way there are digital pictures from 1904. Okay, so this is something that the camera didn't put properly. I have a tight collection, almost 50,000 pictures that I want to reorganize. But there are things that are not working as expected because what is happening is when Cambria Analytics started to snoop data from people on Facebook, my data was compromised. So I take down my Facebook account, including all the pictures I have. And this is my backup. And yesterday I did some JavaScript to help me to organize some of the dates. In my previous and the day before, I did another library that helps me to put some metadata, but in PowerShell. Definitely, I'm not gonna take a PowerShell for this one, but I'm gonna use this time Node for that. And in this context, this is one of the takeouts. I want to ensure that the data that is being imported well, that was yesterday. Now the picture has, if I'm not mistaken, we didn't explore, but I'm going to explore it here because this is, yeah. So let me take out the preview just to, why it has to be like this? Let me see, view, preview. The details panel and view, preview panel. Yeah. Oh, I don't need, oh yeah, the preview. Okay, so I can toggle this. So in one of the things that I am supposed to toggle down, I have this picture and this JPEG data, and I just look at the data that I have here. Let me see properties, and you see that in the details it's not telling me the date where the camera. Well, it says that it's 2020, but the date of creation is 2024, May 26. So it's not really not keeping the data of the metadata. And it is giving me such a headache to organize this in Lightroom by the required date, because it is easier to keep a chronologically preview of what is going on in certain dates. That's the thing I like on Lightroom, that you can organize those. So my problem here is going to start is how I can inject the right metadata inside of each picture. So at the moment I import those into Lightroom, the metadata is read properly, so it goes into the right place. So yesterday I did some work. Pretty much it worked in PowerShell. I really didn't like it how it works in PowerShell. Rather, I'm gonna use this time JavaScript for that. So let's take a look on my one of my target files. And these target files are gonna be this. I did this yesterday. I'm gonna take out my data because I have this is the information that you get from Facebook when you close your account. They told you, hey, you can do all your data, and we are okay with that. So that's what I did. I deleted all my photos and my messages, everything. And yesterday I fixed the messages. So let me go and let's open this folder in VS Code. Let me open over. Let me take this down. So I just reformat things, and I may need to go over the piece of code or the folder file. I probably send, yeah. So this is the piece of code that I'm working right now. So for me to understand this, the computer can read this information properly, no problems. So let me go and let's open the index file, so we can see what is going on with this. Okay. So if I go into photos, I already fixed this. Okay, I'm just gonna show this, but in terms of code, every time that you put stuff here, they are categorized by albums, or you can categorize things accordingly on the day they were uploaded, and it keeps a certain metadata. So let's look probably into this one. When I went to Midtown in Bogota. So as you see, there are certain metadata, but it happens that depending on the picture, well, unfortunately, I cannot tell when it was. I had some metadata, but it's not telling me a timestamp. Oh. Things that happened the day I was born. And Popeyes is called Aventuras de Espinacas. The Adventures of Jim Hardy. Wow. The Aventuras del Detective Wade. Man, that was like a newspaper cartoons, all stuff. Vida Social, socialites, Colombian socialites in the United States. Man. Yeah, there are things that, man, that was his history. So I'm trying to find in which they were taken. So this was the day I downloaded information from Facebook, but it's not telling me the date where I get this. However, the album is telling me where. It was May 20, 2016. And this is the metadata I want to. This is the file is composed by. Let's start to think about this, how this was composed. So I can pick up the album because I know the name of the folder of the album before of this. So this, let me put this a bit bigger because nobody can see this line here. So every Facebook photo album has an ID. And the original file was not parsing this way. I had to fix it yesterday with this script. This script helps me to fix the path of stuff, how it was before. And it was like a very long URL that includes not only the album, but includes the location of the picture. So I was able to retrieve the album name and the target file. And based on that, I can be able to see this. Before, you were not even able to see this kind of information. So the idea here is, if I know the date of the album, I can parse this information in a way that I can pass the metadata of these pictures along with whatever is inside here, if they contain this. Now, this is the trick here. Each of these things, each picture has a block. So each block represents an image. So I may have to use Cheerio to read the file and read all the block classes and find if there is a meta file. Based on that, I'm going to start to write the metadata information or rewrite it again, because when I go and I see this inside of the properties, what is the name of this file? This is 1015. Let me go over here. Photos 1015. 850. Yeah, this one. 73. Is 73? Oh no, it's 43. Yeah, this one. Oh, it was not. Maybe this one? Nope. No, not this one. Oh, there are a lot of 1015s here. Oh, better I just copy the album. If I double click here, no, stop it. Come on. Oh, okay, I can do this and find it in the Windows Explorer, because I need to see. There you go. So this is the folder. And if I explore every image, depending on what they have in the metadata, they don't contain much of what I need. The camera maker, everything, see, is not even set up. So there are data that I can use from this to write the information and write it into the file. So the idea is just to go into each album, pick each block, obtain the picture based on this information, and add the required meta. So this is a table. So TH is going to be the title, and well, value, attribute value. So we're going to loop into that. And then after I have all the set of attributes, I'm going to just spit that back into the file. So when I go back here in Lightroom, that information is properly placed here, because you can customize what you're going to see. And it has plenty of fields. Okay. So for that, now that I understand the scope of the work that I need to do, is understand what I need to read. So first thing that I need to read is this file, the photos HTML. Photos contains the dates I have, and I need to convert that in a valid timestamp for it to work into every single album. Now, there are pictures that may have comments. Let me see if I can find one. Man, what are the ones that has pictures? Maybe I have something here. This is my profile picture. Yeah. So if I really don't, because the profile pictures has a unique way to handle that, I'm just gonna probably pick the first date that comes in this block. So I have a comments. Oh, there are multiple comments inside of the block. Okay, so let's, I can pick the first one for these ones, And if it has the data, it's just gonna pick it just for that picture in specific. But not all the time I'm gonna get exactly what I need. I know this was probably 2015. This. So there are pictures that may or may not have data. So I may have to ask a couple of things to the album itself. So let's start by reading the albums, okay? So let's create a new MJS file here. What does I here? Read albums of MJS. And I first, is there a package that allows me to write metadata? Is something that I really don't know, but I'm willing to just to double check. Let's go into npm.js and let's look into XMP. Let me see. I'm not XMP. Image metadata editor. This is something interesting. EXIF tool, tool for EXIF tool image metadata utility. Okay, well, probably we can add the required information based on the information that we obtain. This was probably just 6 months ago. Let's say image metadata editor and EXIF tool. Darkroom XMP tools. Retrieve and update Darkroom operations. No, I'm using Darkroom. Because this is on your dark. This is in Darktable. I'm not. I have a crush with a Darktable. I stopped liking it, so I'm gonna just probably use an EXIF tool. Oh, so I have to await this. And then how do I write? And how do I write it? Extracted metadata output. Location coordinates. Get metadata and throw XMP packets. How do I write it? A shortcut. Write the metadata. This is what I'm interested. Oh, but this is in an EXIF format. But we can potentially use that. What about writing XMP? Because that's. Oh, so this is a. Well, I have to start to use this part. Okay, so probably this is the tool. So let's install this dependency. And let's work into that. Okay. So I'm gonna say here math model exif. And let's read it. Well, each the what is this? The photo.html is gonna open that. So I'm gonna say here. I'm gonna say here. I'm gonna say here function read HTML photos, because this is the first thing that we need to do is to. Okay. No, I'm not going to go there. Const file is equals to fs dot fill file fs dot. I'm gonna say here import fs from NodeJS. I'm gonna say here fs create file sync. This is an await thing? Okay. No, and it is a file will sync. So we're gonna wait until it reaches the what is the file? The file? Beep. Yeep, 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 yeep. HTML. I'm gonna say here HTML. I'm gonna say here photos to HTML. I'm gonna say here let me see console log just to verify that I have file content. And I'm gonna say here that's it. For HTML photos, let's say node create h. Huh? Where is my file located? Control Shift F. Let's read albums, okay? And it says that we cannot open it. For what? It's for to the HTML. Oh boy, almost crashed it. Okay, file not defined. File content. Yeah, let's go with that. Okay, so pretty much I have every single thing I need. So what we're gonna do is gonna say here from Cheerio. I worked with just Cheerio yesterday, so yeah, so I had to do this, and the import for HTML loads from Cheerio. So I'm gonna say here this is called load file content, and now I have to look into each block of information that we have in this photo. So let's open it again. So I have here HTML. I'm gonna say here photos. Open with Microsoft Edge. So more or less is read every single block, and I'm gonna obtain from here the URL of the album and meta that is gonna be the date of the album. So the idea is to extract this data and convert it into the right format. So let's see how can we take out this and parse it properly. Okay. So I'm gonna say here. I'm gonna say here. I'm gonna say here. I'm gonna say here. Block. I'm gonna say here each function to this. Okay. I'm gonna say here console. No, we're gonna say here const. The first thing is the album string, the album name. So partially this is right, but this taking consideration that I have to go into the A tag. The A tag contains the URL of the album. So I'm gonna say here find A. I'm gonna say here attribute href. And I'm gonna say here slice this. I'm gonna say here replace. Oh, I'm gonna say here one because one. I'm gonna say here replace HTML by this, and it's gonna return me the console log album. So let's see if it does what it is intended. Okay. So I'm gonna say here clear, clear, and let's run this, and I'm gonna get a bunch of IDs. That is exactly what I want. Those are the IDs of the albums. Very good. So this is what I wanted to know. I'm gonna say here just to keep simple stuff because this is a list of elements. And I don't think the item is gonna be repeated, but it's gonna be a good idea just to make them const list of albums is equals to an array of strings. Let's say here sorry, should I do that? Oh yes, first we already know the name of the album, but now we need to know the date. So I'm gonna say here const date album is equals to inside of the block find meta. So if everything was fine, I have the date right there. So I'm gonna say here push album name and date. Album is gonna be that. I'm gonna say here at the end of all of this console log list of albums, and that is gonna be pretty much. Anyways, I'm gonna say here console.clear because I'm pretty sure I'm splitting some information every time I run this thing. There you go. So we have 23 albums, each one with their respective. Holy crap, what is this? This is in photos? What is this? Oh man, so I have to find this over here. There cannot be an album with multiple dates. Okay. Oh, but I'm looking for meta, and this one has comments. So okay, so meta. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I'm asking meta. Meta text. I hope it doesn't have another class comment. Oh, because there is. So first. Let's say here first. But what if it is an array? First child, okay? So if it is true, it's gonna pick up only one and it's gonna ignore the comments. Ouch. It didn't do what it was supposed to be doing. So this find is, oh, hold on. Let me see if Chiryu made first child applies because I don't know if it exists. Okay, Chiryu find first child, get first child. Oh, first child. Or yeah, end child. And child 0. Okay, let me see. should be ent child and child 0. Okay, let's run this again. Oh, let's say 1. Well, it's not picking it up. What's going on, my boy? Oh, oh, guess what? Finally, it's raining here. Um, that's a bit weird. Element find meta. According to this is what it does. Series supports SSL with this power. Okay. Okay. So what point do we do here? Let's put a breakpoint here. Let me run this. What is it doing here? The primary should be on the right side. Yeah. Everybody's reading on the right side. Yeah, let's open the debugger here, run debug. Oh, the debug terminal is gonna help me to determine what's going on here. Okay. Okay, so let's go to the console because it's the only way we can figure this stuff. Attribute L find. Vita. So loaded Cheerio. What is this? Like what? It's an object. Let me see. It has length. Oh yeah, it has length. So if the length, okay. So I'm gonna say here const meta is equals to this. Okay. If meta the length is equals to 1, it's exactly 1 because that's the only thing that we need to do. So just push it like this. I'm gonna say here list of albums is equals to this. I'm gonna say here meta dot what is this? Text. Okay. No, actually this is wrong. I expected something else. Const date is equals to this. Okay. Else. So I know that it's gonna contain more than 1. So it's gonna be because that's gonna be more than 0. But if it doesn't have anything, just skip it. So we're gonna say here const date is equals to meta 0 text. And it's gonna pick up the first one. Only then we can just pick up the right date. Okay, so let's make it run. I don't worry too much about it anymore. But the next run, we're gonna have the right information in the terminal. Not more. Okay, it's happening here. It's just picking up two texts and putting it all together. But the next run, I suspect it's gonna just run as intended. There you go. only one date, and it's gonna be the first one. Hey, what the hell is this? Uh, it should, it should not pick this one. What is doing it? Oh, crap. Hold on. Okay, let's debug it right here to see what's going on here. Okay. Okay, meta. Let's debug meta again. Meta is an object of 17. Then this block has 17. I need to find the album name. This album name is what? This one. Let me see why it is so strange. Oh, jeez. Okay, so that's the reason. Diff. Oh, so probably is the way I am selecting this. Find meta. Div meta. Okay. Let's see if that makes sense. Okay. Let's speed. Now let's put this over here and see if that changed this. Eventually we're gonna hit something. Length of this one. Okay. Let's see how this behaves. Meta. Meta 0. Now what is this date? Yeah, so we are picking up now 1. There you go. So we have just to change the way we obtain the attribute. And in theory, we should be able to see just only one date for everyone. Perfect. So I am getting my array in the way it is needed. And now I need to format this string. So the date. I'm gonna say here replace at with nothing. Now we have to parse that date. So if somehow this is a valid time string, it's gonna return the excuse me. If we use the date object on that string, potentially we can obtain the string that I need to set up the date of every single picture inside of each album. Smart. Listen. Okay, let's go. So let's go one more time here. I told you you're gonna replace the ads. Oh, maybe I have to be more specific. Oh, excuse me. But it has to be done as well. Now let's try one more time here. And the date now here is, oh, I blew it up. It just has to be a space. Okay. There you go. Now let's see if that date is a good date. I'm gonna say here let date is equals to no, and I'm gonna say here date is this one. We don't need to this until the very end. I'm gonna say here date is this. I'm gonna say here const is date is gonna be a new date, and let's see if this breaks. Date is date. Okay. If somehow this throws me an error, I know something inside of the string may not be converting this properly, but let's figure it out. Invalid date is everything here. So I had to convert this into a valid date. Yeah, so every date is invalid. So how can we convert this into a valid date? Let's go to the JavaScript terminal and let's see what we can inquire here. Let's say here, I know people's gonna ask me, why you use ChatGPT? What's the fun to learn new stuff or to crack stuff? I'm not gonna learn another thing, just not let me think. So let's see. So I have this new date. So this is the string that I expect. This should be something like this. Okay. What is it here? New date. This. Now from here, what we need to pick up? March 25th, 2018, 12:23 p.m. Aha, there you go. So we have our answer here. So every string has to be formatted like this. I wonder if I had to. Oh, so we can preserve what is the right date. So I'm gonna say bingo now to this. So I'm gonna say here, what is the original date? Okay, so now that we have the string, I'm gonna say here const reparse date is equals to format date this thing. But format date is a function I'm gonna declare here. Let's say here function format date with the date that is a string, and we're gonna follow up. This is before, and this is after. So let's start to take the transformation. Okay. So we're gonna say here const parse data split commas, because I need to separate this by commas. And we're gonna take, this is 0, this is gone. We're gonna take 1 and 2. Const, we're gonna say here, oh, yeah, we had to find AM or PM and give them a space. Okay, so I'm gonna say here, const date fix is equals to parts 1 replace. I'm gonna say here find PM and replace it as a PM, replace AM as AM. Nice. And that's pretty much what we want to do. Now we have to concatenate return date. Oh, I'm gonna say here return parts, let's say here, trim, and parts 0, parts 1, trim, which is a string. And let's make it as a template. I really like more to be this as a template. I'm gonna say here, date fix. Nice. Now having this, we can be able to obtain the right date from here. So report dates, and I'm gonna say here cons is date is this one, and in theory we should get a right string for this, a valid date. Now you obtain the right date. Oh, but looks like the time is off. Maybe I have to replace the AM and PM to be uppercase. Because the time is off. Let's try again. Oh, hold on. Date cannot be this. I'm gonna say here reports date. I want to compare the resultant string. June 5, June 5. No way. Okay. Okay, let's fix it. Okay. So let's run this again. Okay, so I have this date, and I'm gonna obtain parts 0, 1, and 2. So it's 1, date 3 is gonna become this. And I have March 20th. Oh, this is parts 2. I see. Yeah, it's gonna be parts 2. Oh, now it's taking the right thing. There you go. I think I'm gonna do overdoing this a bit. But now I have the right timestamp in the system. Yes, that's exactly what I'm looking for, because now I know the right date. And that's what we're gonna pass to the metadata once we format the right time. Okay, so now that we have that, so I have almost reports date and its date. So I can, now that I inject the date, I can probably manipulate this to the next level. Now that we obtain the dates, we have to go, no, not sort the albums by date. I don't mind that. That's not the idea. Now that I have the date, I can go into each album and read the photos. And from there, check each block, check metadata of the pictures represented in a table. If there is a table, create the EXIF data for the respective picture, set creation time, and last modified time to be the one of the album. And if there is no table, then the specific picture, and that's it. Save the file. There you go. So that's That's what I'm gonna do. Okay. How bad is the weather? It's almost 1 hour. Hmm. I'll be better back in a moment. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it from here, and then let's continue tomorrow. But before I go, what I'm gonna do is a function